So you guys are fine?
Yes.
The test? How was it?
Easy.
Easy. So I can expect 60% up. Hmm? What do you mean? You guys are saying it's easy now, you are saying no. Okay, so previously, what did we do previously? We looked at the financial institutions and the type of financial institutions, which are the central bank, commercial bank, and as well as stock exchange. Right. So today we are moving on to a new topic on page 63, which is the market. So the market. You will be required to look at what is the market definition. And the type of market structures. Can you all see on the board? Type of market structures. Come again? Type. Oh, thank you very much. Type of market structure. Now, when we talk about the market, is it the first time to hear about the word market?
No.
Any idea? Who can tell me what is a market? How do you understand it? There at the back.
Market refers to a situation where buyers and sellers are in contact.
Where buyers and sellers are in contact. Yes, that is correct. Anyone else with a different idea? Where buyers and sellers are in contact. Yes, at the back.
Market, a place where buyers and sellers meet to exchange their goods and services for money.
Where the buyers and sellers meet to exchange their goods and services for money. Yes, that is correct. It seems we all understand, have an idea of what is a market. So here it says a market is any place where the buyers, as you guys said, buyers and sellers meet to exchange their goods or services for a price. It can be anywhere. It doesn't always have to be in a shop or in a building or so on. Wherever buyers and sellers meet to exchange their goods and services, we refer to it as a market. It can even be under trees. We see around town. What do we see there? Yes, we have the street vendors. They even operate in the open. So that we can also refer to it as a market. So that is what we call a market. Moving on to the structures of market. We have three main ones. The types of market structures. What do we have? We have a perfect competition, yes. The perfect competition. Or what else do we have? Monopoly market. There are three. What's the last one? Monopolistic competition. Okay, so these are the three market structures that you are required to know. Let's start with perfect competition. How do we describe a perfect competition? So a perfect competition, it's a type of competition, and it's a type of market whereby buyers have identical things. They sell the identical products and offer identical services. How do we understand it? Can anyone give an example of a perfect competition whereby it is a market whereby the sellers have identical products and services? What can you think of? We see them every day on a daily basis.
Open market.
You stay far. So when we say perfect competition, so these these are the type of structure where the sellers, actually the buyers, have identical products. And a good example I can give is I don't know if you have been that side when you're going to Windsor, you pass Sumer. We have a place whereby hundreds of people sell vegetables. So that one is a good example of perfect competition. We also have one in Okahanja, whereby people sell wooden craft things made out of wood. So that one is also a perfect competition because the sellers have identical things. So that is what we refer to as perfect competition. So we say it's whereby sellers offer identical products. Don't go say things, okay? So we say products and services. Are we together? So the word identical. They sell identical products and services. So like in the example that I gave, so they sell vegetable, hundreds of them sell spinach, they have cabbages, they have potatoes. So that's what we mean by identical. Now the features of a perfect competition, how do you know this is a perfect competition? When you pass by it, how do you know what is there that tells apart from the identical products? Yes? What's your name again? Come again? Morning. Oh yeah, okay. Any feature?
There are no barriers to entry.
There are no barriers to entry, yes. Meaning anyone, any entrepreneur is allowed to freely enter the market and exit the market as well. So there is no barrier to entry. And we also have that what else do we have? Okay, we also have many buyers and many sellers. The fact that we have many sellers, we also have many buyers in the perfect competition. So now what is good of being part of a perfect competition? What benefits do you get from being, what are the advantages of being part of a perfect competition? As we mentioned, there is no barrier to entry. That is an advantage. It increases employment. How does it increase employment? Being an entrepreneur is also employment. You are self-employed. Some also offer paid employment. They hire someone to do the job for them. Had we not have this perfect competition around the country, most of our mothers would be home, right? Not getting any income. So that is how it increases employment. It also increases in export, and which leads to a favorable of our balance of payment. We'll look at balance of payment in the next chapters. We'll explain it more, so we'll understand it more there. It also contributes to the government taxes, so the government also benefits from the perfect competition. You are paying taxes. So that is what we refer to as when we talk about perfect competition. Do you have any question on perfect competition? Yeah. There's no barrier? Yes. Yes. Do you know what tax is? So obviously most of our businesses, they pay tax here. Let me say even an example of the open market that we have here. They have a monthly fee, which a small fee which they contribute to the, which they pay for that, for having a stall. Not the ones that comes on Mondays and Fridays. We have some that comes on Mondays and Fridays. With those ones we don't, they are not being charged for tax. But the ones that have stalls inside there, they go there every day. They do pay tax. A little amount of it. Come again? Street vendors does more, honestly, most of they don't. I can say most of them. Majority of them. Maybe 90%. To be realistic, they don't. Come again? There? Yes, there's no barrier for entry. You can also decide today, I'm going to sell my products. You can walk around and selling them. Who's going to ask you for tax? Yes, they do. We'll go do more research on that one and then you come back. Okay? Shoprite is far from this. Shoprite is far from the marketing. Shoprite falls under within them. So it's not part of this, okay? It's very far from this. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What's the next one? Is monopoly market. So when we say monopoly market, this one is referring to when the industry is being supplied with a certain service or product or service by one firm only. So there is no competition in the monopoly market. So it's whereby we say it's whereby the industry is being supplied by one firm only. So here the market, the industry, we are being supplied with a certain service or product by one firm only. There is no competition here. Examples we have in Namibia. What organizations we have that supply, only one that supplies us with a certain thing? NamPower. What does NamPower supply us with? Electricity. We do not have any other organizations that supplies us with electricity. We are referring to electricity, okay? So, does NamPower supply us with solar? Solar is not part of electricity. It only generates electricity, but we are referring to the electricity that we need. It's the only one in Namibia that supplies us with electricity. We have NamWater. It's the only one that supplies us with water here. Right? So those are the examples of a monopoly market. So the features of a monopoly market that we have, they say there is no competition. There is a high barriers of entry. No other organizations are allowed just to enter that market like that. And also their firms, the face a sloping, downward sloping demand curve. We'll also look at the demand curves in our next chapters. The advantages of being part of the monopoly market. What are the advantages of being part of it? The natural resources, our natural resources are more controlled. That is an advantage. We also have, there is also no competition, right? And also we also look at the monopoly firm do more research and develop because they have enough capital and incentives. So what are the incentives? So we are all on page 71. In our glossary book, box there's a definition of incentive. So it says something that motivates or encourages someone to do something. Now also, being part of the monopoly market, there are also disadvantages. One that mainly go to us, the consumers. In monopoly, they can increase their prices however they want. There's nothing we can do, we'll just consume, want or not. Like now in Namibia, our electricity rates are very, very high. But we are still using it. There's no way we can run from it. Are we together? And also there is no choice of availability to the consumers. You cannot say I'm choosing this one instead of what? So you just have to use the non-power water because there is nothing else. Actually the non-water, there is nothing else that you can choose apart from non-water. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just go to the last one. What is the last one? The last one that we have, monopolistic competition. Now this is a type of a market structure whereby we have many firms, but not as many as compared to the ones in the perfect market. But these ones, they offer similar product or service, but not exactly but not identical. So they offer us with similar services or products. Here we say we have similar products or services, but not identical. Remember, in the perfect competition, we have identical products. Here they are similar, but not identical, exactly the same. So what do we mean by that? Example I can give is of restaurants, right? We all know food restaurants, they offer us what? Food, right? But do they have the same menus?
No.
Yes, so that's what we mean by they offer similar products, but not identical. We have the barber shops. We all know what they do. We all know what they do. Yes, they cut hair, stylist or whatsoever. But do they offer the same service or whatsoever? No. You also have a choice that not my barber is this one, and you can't just say I'm going to a barber unless you are renewing the term that you decide I'm just going to this one. So here. They offer similar products, but not identical. Okay, so the features of a monopoly. We have many small firms, right? Okay, and each firm has a small portion of the market and they can act independently on each other. The barrier to entry is low. Don't confuse with a perfect competition, we say there is no. Now here the barrier is low. Okay? And then we say we have a choice. Consumers have a choice. It's also one of the features. What does it mean it's low? Okay, what it means it's low compared to the one perfect competition. So meaning there is a barrier of entry, but it's actually low. It's not as high as the one compared to the monopoly market where we do not have when we do not have barrier to entry at all. When actually there is a barrier to entry, sorry. So with this restaurant and whatsoever, most of them they need to be registered, right? Most of them they need to be, you need a certain place where you can operate. If not from home, definitely you don't want to operate your restaurant from home. You want to go in a place whereby there is a lot of movements such as towns. So now with the fact that we also have to register this certain company, most of the people will not want to go through the process of registering. So which is also minimizing the barriers of entry. Are we together? Unlike the perfect competition, you can decide I'm going to sell my tomato steaks. But with this one, most of them need to be registered, and most of our people will not want to go through the process, which is now making it low. Are we together? Thank you. So those were the three structures of market, the main ones which we have. We say we have the perfect competition, monopoly market, and as well as the monopolistic market. Right. Now to make it easier, this one you can note down. Let's quickly conclude it in the form of a table. Okay, so let me say here we have let me say, okay, I'll just write the abbreviations, okay? So this is perfect competition. And here we will have monopolistic market, MN for monopolistic market, okay? And then here we have, what is the last one? Monopolistic competition. Is it competition? Okay, so these are the three ones. Now, what determines them? The main features that you should keep in mind with these three, how to differentiate them. Okay, we have the number of firms. Number of firms. What else do we have? Barriers to entry, yes, correct, thank you. What else? We have choice, right? We have choice. What else do we have? Knowledge. Is this how we spell knowledge? Am I correct? Yes. Knowledge and information. So now for you to better understand this, let's do this. Barriers to entry, we have choice, and yes. So we looked at, we say we understand them, we looked at the characteristics of them all. Now with the perfect competition, number of firms, how can we summarize it? Yes, we have many number of firms. Yes. And with the monopolistic market, yes, we can say they are limited, okay? We can say they are limited. Like, okay, I can here put one number of firms, which they are limited. And with the monopolistic competition, many small firms. Okay, yes, in our textbook we have many small firms, I know, but for you to differentiate it better, we have many, but not as many as the ones in perfect competition. So you can say there are few. There are many, but not as many as those of a perfect competition. Okay? Barriers to entry. Barriers to entry. Do we have barriers to entry in perfect competition? No. So here you say there is no. None. Monopolistic market? There is a high. number, like a barrier of competition. Actually not barrier of competition, but barriers to entry. So this is very high, okay? And with monopolistic competition, so they are low. Okay, so you should don't confuse between the two. Know that in monopolistic competition there is low and here there is no. Okay? Moving on to choice. Do you really have a choice where to buy when you go to even alongside the road where we have a lot of people selling the same product? Do you really have a choice? Do you? How do you choose that? Okay. Yes, you choose according to maybe by seeing with your eyes that this vegetable is fresh or not. But most of them are always fresh. They are always green. So the choice, there is a very low level of choice. There's a very low level of choice. And with the monopolistic market, do you have a choice?
No.
No choice at all, because there is only one firm, okay? No choice. And moving on to monopolistic competition, here there is a very high choice, a level of choice. You choose which restaurants you are going to eat. You choose which hair salon you are going to date. You choose which bar. You choose either you're going to Carlitos, you're going to Chills, due to your reasons, okay? So there is a high level of choice. Now with the information and knowledge, do consumers really have more information and knowledge on the perfect competition? Hmm? Yes, we do. When you go there, you might already assume maybe the cabbage will be around $20. Where do they get their cabbages from? From farmers, obviously. What else is there that about the knowledge? Like there is, we have our knowledge and information. So how do we say here? There is a perfect knowledge. This one is saying you have a perfect knowledge. While on the other hand, with the NamWater and NamPower, do you have knowledge about how they generate what's going on inside there?
No.
We do not. So there is no knowledge at all. No knowledge. Moving on to the last one, monopolistic market. Here there is knowledge, but not as perfect as the one in perfect competition. So here you can say there is no perfect knowledge. You know, yes, they all sell food, but we do not know their menus. We do not know how they prepare their food. We do not know. So there is no perfect knowledge. So that was the lesson for today. What is a market? We are required to know what is a market, and to describe the three types of market. And we describe them according to their number of firms, barriers, choice, and knowledge and information. Okay. So this table is summarized. Are we together? Do you have questions? My time is also up. And also the homework for you. On page 68, activity 3.1. That is the homework. Okay? So that is all for today. If we do not have questions, then it's goodbye from me. We are fine.